Forever. Dog.
Two sisters divided by time. This week on the podcast, R.L. Stine's Return to Fear Street. You may now kill the bride.
Hi, welcome to Teen Creeps, the podcast that discusses YA Pulp Fiction. I'm one of your hosts, Lindsay Katai.
I'm another one of your hosts, Callie Nugent.
And it's super fucking hot, so we're going to cut the fucking shit. Cut the chit-chat. No one needs to know
chit-chat.
how we are.
Who cares how we are?
Let's do this. We're doing R.L. Stine's brand new Fear Street book, Return to Fear Street. You may now kill the bride. It was released yesterday.
So get your booties over to the store and buy it.
Or Amazon, even though we don't like them.
Or I guess you could buy it at epicreads.com.
Yeah, buy it at epicreads.com.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Support
this.
Harper
price.
Teen.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want me to read the back of this dang book?
Do it.
All right, two sisters divided by time. I'm going to sing it. Each with a terrible resentment she can barely contain. Two fear family weddings, decades apart. Each bride will find that the ancient curse that haunts the fears lives on. That's in all caps. It feeds off the evil that courses through their blood. What a funny sentence. It takes its toll in unexpected ways and allows dark history to repeat itself. In this all-new Fear Street story, family ties bind sisters together till death do they part. So,
What a misdirect of a book.
yeah, because it's like...
Both times you think that the sister is evil.
Yeah,
Both times, not so much.
yeah.
It's just the vague idea of the curse of the fears and the goods, which I find super obnoxious. Kelly, your thoughts?
Yeah, I hate that the goods are called the goods.
Yeah.
And that the fears are the fears.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
mean, the fears are the fears, fine, because it's
Mhm.
Fear Street. But the fact that, no good and no fear can ever marry, which, correct me if I'm wrong.
That was never... Well,
No, it was true, but, didn't that already happen in Fear Street Saga?
yeah, that's why it keeps happening.
Oh.
That's the idea.
So the
I think as
original
they're
marriage.
going, it's like the curse remains.
But remember,
But there
no,
were
that girl
so
was not a
many
good.
times-
Remember that one
Yeah,
girl
she wasn't
pretended?
actually a good.
Okay, never
But there
mind.
were so many times where that wasn't the case. They were still just taking fucking revenge. It wasn't that there was a dark magic on them. It was just that they were also fucking obsessed with each other.
Yeah.
That they were always trying to kill one another.
Yeah.
And this time it was the curse programmed. It turned what's his butt?
Peter Goodman?
It turned Peter into a little sleeper agent.
Yeah, that was
So
weird.
that as soon as they got married and kissed and said I do, he just picked up what's her butt?
Yeah.
The mean one, Rebecca, and threw her off a cliff.
Yeah.
And then when
Dad? Is it dad or grandpa?
we'll give a brief thing. And you may have noticed that we seem to have still been giving little plot breakdowns. And
Yeah.
so I haven't been giving super detailed ones on the website.
That's fine.
I feel like it was fun. A few people expressed their approval. It definitely seems to be that you guys don't really want to have to read those. Not that you ever were going to listen to the episodes, but fine, fuck it. We're just going to give a little
we'll just do a little
plot
quick.
breakdowns. Don't worry about
So we
reading
got-
the book or that.
So we got sisters, Ruth Ann and Rebecca. Ruth
Mhm.
Ann is younger, right?
She's the less loved of the two.
Yeah, she has red hair.
She has red, coppery hair.
And Rebecca has beautiful blonde hair.
Beautiful blonde.
And Rebecca's pretty, but not in the way.
Oh,
No,
where is she
I'm
on
sorry.
the-
Ruth Ann is pretty, but not in the way Rebecca is.
Yes.
She's cute.
Where's Rebecca on the cunt scale? Because she's there.
Ooh, Rebecca's bad.
Yeah.
Rebecca's bad, and then also because we bounce back and forth between, or we don't bounce back and forth. We start the book in 1923,
Yeah.
and then we're in present day.
Yeah.
Marissa sucks too.
Marissa sucks hard.
Yeah, I would say Rebecca. Maybe I would say Cap C.
Cap C cunt. Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she steals Peter from Ruth Ann.
Yep.
And like his name is Peter Goodman.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that coming a mile away.
Instantly.
Obviously.
Instantly.
His real name's Good. Which is funny because then who's the one who hired like private detectives? Is it present day dad who hired private detectives to make sure that what's her face's husband wasn't secretly a good?
I think it was grandpa present day, right?
I think it was dad present
Dad
day.
present day? Because
Yeah.
I remember they were like, is that guy a good? And it's like, no, don't worry about that.
it. I looked into it.
Yeah, it's present day. Present day dad.
Present day dad did that. Past 1923 dad did not do that.
What an idiot.
Fucking rookie move. So yeah, Ruth Ann is super pissed. Also, she's a witch. She found all like the fear witch books in the attic.
Like this little
and has
cupboard
been, like,
in the attic.
practicing magic. And that's how she made Peter fall in love with her, which we don't find out until like chapter 3.
This reminded
me so fucking
much.
random. It's such a fucking lie. It's like Angelica all over again from Fear Street Saga.
Or it reminded me so much of, it was such a parallel to the beginning, also Fear Street Saga, Witch Dad.
Yeah.
When Witch Dad is like,
exactly.
Witch Dad is like, oh, they're accusing my wife and daughter of being a witch. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Oh, please spare their lives. Please spare their lives.
And then end of like chapter 3.
After
I'm
they're
a witch.
killed. I'm a witch, and now I put a curse on them. And it's like, hi, you could have saved them.
Yeah.
Then
Curse
with your
them
magic.
before.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So she's a witch. She keeps saying, all right, first of all, I would like to say this book makes no sense and is therefore a perfect return to form.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Hashtag chef's kiss. It's stupid. It's so stupid.
I liked the 1923
Everyone's
stuff.
stupid. I thought the 1923 stuff was well written, even though it didn't make any sense.
It felt like, actually, like,
felt spooky.
Reading this too, it felt spooky, but it also felt like, and I don't mean to say that the old Fear Street books sound like they're written by a child, but like, you know, when you read someone's stuff from when they're in high school and then you read their stuff in college and it's like better.
You evolve.
Yeah. This feels evolved in 1923.
Yeah. The 1923 stuff is well written. And it's third person narrator. But we're only ever with Ruth Ann.
Mm-hmm.
And the main girl in the present day is Marissa?
No, I think Marissa's the sister, isn't
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Oh my God. I just opened to the part, the reason why the killer is the killer.
Uh-huh.
Ugh. Aiden. That's right. The sister, Marissa's the older sister. The main girl is,
Maybe I took a photo of it.
what the fuck is her name?
Is it on the back of the book?
Oh, and then Nikki's the slut.
Yeah, Nikki's
Robbie's the brother.
Robbie's girlfriend. God, what is her fucking name?
No, here we go. Part 2 this year.
Because it's...
Oh, right, because Robbie's her twin brother. Harmony.
Yeah, Harmony. Which we couldn't remember because then it switches to first person.
Yeah, so she never says
Then we're in
her
Harmony's
name.
first person. And she sounds like a fucking Goosebumps book.
It's very
what
weird.
What the fuck?
It's very
It makes
weird.
no sense. We were just in this really like solid writing state.
And it was cool.
And it was cool and I was interested and it was spooky and it had this whole tone. And then all of a fucking sudden that ends and we switch to this. And also I took a photo of this page in particular because so Harmony, they're up there on the cliffs in Colorado for Marissa and Doug's wedding.
Mm-hmm. At the same spot
that Rebecca was going to marry Peter. Even though they're all from like Connecticut.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the Fears own a mountain home in Colorado.
And also, like, it's the place where fucking Rebecca and Ruth Ann were thrown off a cliff.
And they know this.
They know. Everyone knows.
Everyone knows.
They're like, oh, what a tragic history. Anyway, a perfect place for a wedding.
I tried to talk Marissa out of it, and she just wouldn't be talked out of it. And it was like, well, then put your fucking foot down.
Yeah.
And make sure she doesn't do it. So, Harmony. So this is, okay, so I'm going to read the first page of the 1923, which is how we start. And I was like, oh. Ruth Ann Fear remembered the feel of hands wrapping around her neck from behind. She remembered the startling pressure and how warm the hands were, warm and damp. She remembered the leap her heart made, the gasp that escaped her throat, the fingers tightening until she struggled for breath. With a hard twist of her body, she spun around and stared into Peter Goodman's eyes. She made another sound, this time a cry of recognition. He lowered his hands, the fingers sliding gently now, tracing a damp path along her throat. His touch now tender, still not breathing. Ruth Ann watched a smile form on his lips.
Yeah.
So that's her boyfriend. So, I mean, it's kind of a classic RL fake out where it's like, just kidding.
Hand
he's
around
your
her
boyfriend.
Yeah, he just like is like trying to spook her a little.
Yeah. But now here's fucking Harmony. Now we're in Harmony's head. Uncle Kenny thought it was hilarious. He didn't do anything to stop Max. And that encouraged my little cousin to keep his shouts up even longer. It was a nice meal. A creamy Caesar salad, followed by lobster bisque, then chicken and mashed potatoes, and Brussels sprouts with chestnuts and bacon. Why are you telling us this?
Yeah.
I kept watching Marissa and Doug. I was waiting for Doug to smile just once. But he ate with that same flat expression on his face and didn't talk much to Marissa or my Aunt Hannah, who sat on his other side. Hannah spent her time talking to Grandpa Ernie Fear. Everyone calls him Grandpa Bud. I don't know why. Bud is my dad's father. He's got to be 85 or more, but he's as sharp, as energetic as anyone. He's even on Facebook. He's an old, white-haired rascal, and he has to be my favorite of everyone in the family. What do you mean you don't know why? Everyone calls him Grandpa Bud. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It's so annoying.
The way he
so
writes,
bad at writing first person.
The way he writes first person is
God
so
awful.
like, I'm a kid detective.
Yeah.
Instead of just like a normal thought. Like they're all like,
yeah,
I guess I should tell you about blah blah blah. Like,
yeah,
you don't have to. You don't have to tell
I
me.
should tell you.
Yeah.
Who are you? Who again? We've talked about this before. Who do you think you is? Who do you think we are? Are you writing in a journal?
Yeah, and also
are you talking to God? Do you have an imaginary friend? Is this a letter to a pen pal?
Yeah.
Like, who do you think you is?
Yeah,
that is not done.
Also, the whole like, I guess I should.
I guess I should tell you this. Like,
yeah. Or like, I don't know why they call him this. It's like, you don't have to tell us. Then we don't even have to know about that.
Just say,
if you don't know, we don't have to know. Yeah, Uncle Bud.
Or here's a thought: you're writing the book. You do know.
Yeah, you do know.
You do know.
There's
either a story or there isn't.
The kid that wants ice cream all the time. He's got to go. I hate that kid.
Throw him off the cliff.
Nightmare.
What the fuck is his name? And she's like watching him. She thinks he's so cute.
Yeah, because all he wants is ice cream all the time.
Feeds into this shitty, stupid, annoying tone.
Well, like the first wedding in 1923 happens. Right after they kiss, turns out a fear and a good have been married, and the kiss seals the marriage. He gets into like a fugue state, lifts her up, throws her off a cliff. Dad freaks out, attacks the sister
Ruth Ann because it turns out he's like
a witch guy
and knows she's been doing witch stuff.
And he's like, how dare you? And she's like, I did not do this. And he like throws her off the cliff on accident.
Yeah.
So
she doesn't die for any spooky reason.
No, just because her dad doesn't
fit.
And then that's kind of where we end with that. Then in the new world, in America,
where we're free.
In today's time, Marissa's getting married to Doug, who was her high school sweetheart.
Yeah. And who's very boring.
Very boring. Kind of a jockish type guy. And she apparently had a fling with a guy, Aiden, for a little while in college. Then she stopped having a fling with him, went back to Doug, getting married to Doug.
The reason she stopped having a fling with Aiden.
This is fucking crazy.
That was fucking bananas. So Harmony's letting us know in her shitty tone that the reason Marissa is not with Aiden anymore is her fault. And the whole time I think it's because she slept with him.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
It gets there. And she was flirting with Aiden.
Being flirtatious.
She was being flirtatious and shitty. And so she tries to kiss him. So here's the thing about Harmony that you need to know. She loves woodworking.
Yeah, she's really into woodworking.
Which I was like, oh, that's an interesting thing. And then it leads to this, and I was like, oh, that's a stupid thing.
Yeah, I was like, this is weird.
This is so weird. So she's down in the basement. She's doing some light woodworking. She's like redoing a like credenza or whatever.
She's like joisting up joists.
She's joisting
and,
all over the place.
Like, yeah, she's joisting left and right.
She's joisting up a storm.
And
she talks him into coming down, like, oh, can you move this piece for me
She's like,
while I cut?
Because she has to joist.
Yes, she has to joist. So he comes in. She's like, thank you so much. And then she tries to kiss him and he backs away. And she's like, oh, were we not doing that? Okay, just kidding. No. But seriously, I do need you to help me joist.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right. And goes back to helping her joist. And then because he's helping her joist.
Also, for those of you that don't know, joisting involves big scary drills.
Yes. She has got a big scary drill.
And she's just like letting it run.
Yeah.
It's just running, which first of all, don't do that.
So she's like, here, please hold it and I'll place it under the big scary drill.
Yeah.
And she slips and it drills through his hand.
Yeah. And it like goes through all of his tendons and bones and shit.
And he wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon.
He is Dr. Stranging all over the place. He's like, my hand!
Yeah. I'm Dr. Stephen Strange.
I'm Dr. Stephen Strange. My hands, they're
My
ruined.
hands.
Now it's
Was
up
the
to
best
me.
surgeon in New York.
I have to protect our realm from dangers of the metaphysical.
I'm sorry, it was the only one.
So he becomes
this
Doctor Strange.
This joisting has gone horribly awry. Aiden won't talk to Marissa anymore.
No, he like blames her, which it wasn't.
It
her
would be
fault.
hard.
It would be hard for him.
It would be very hard to forget, or not forget. It would be hard to let it go. It would be hard not to feel that they are responsible for ruining your life.
You know who doesn't need to be blaming Ruth Ann? Or no, I'm sorry. What's her name? Harmony? Marissa?
Also, that would be hard.
I get
because it's like, I know you didn't do it on purpose, but my whole life is ruined because this happened.
Because now she can't date Aiden because Aiden hates her because of Harmony.
Here's who shouldn't be blaming and who shouldn't be blamed. Aiden should not be blaming fucking Marissa.
Yeah.
Marissa did nothing. She was not there.
She was upstairs.
She was upstairs. Why are you holding it against her? You can still be with her. You can be mad at Harmony forever. Marissa can be mad at Harmony forever.
And that's the thing too, right? Because like she's on his side.
Yeah.
She hates Harmony too.
Yeah, she already did. The whole reason Harmony was in the basement is because she was like, I don't want you hanging out with me and my friends. I've seen you flirting with Aiden. It really bothers me. Fair.
But also she's so dumb for not seeing what Nikki was up to.
Super dumb.
Because
there's a whole scene of that.
Very weird. So Nikki is the girlfriend of the twin brother.
Harmony's twin brother.
And like when she walks in and instantly sits on his lap and yanks on his hair and is like, you're cute. Like
I'm so like wild and free.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. I'm just like bursting with sexuality.
I'm like a manic pixie slut.
Yeah, manic pixie slut girl.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, oh, that's just Nikki. And I was like, hello.
Hi.
Because also Aiden was like,
Nikki,
hello.
But Aiden's weird.
He's weird.
He's definitely open. This is some classic R.L. Stine, which is amazing how much it is. It is exactly a Fear Street book again.
Yeah, it feels
crazy.
It's crazy.
It's like coming home.
Yeah, it is. And like,
because like all the girls are jealous of each other. All the girls are trying to steal everybody's boyfriend. And the guy's like, there's enough of me to go around, ladies.
I know. Aiden is very weird about that.
Aiden sucks.
He does suck. And he doesn't need to be mad at Marissa, but he is. So he basically, what's his plan? He comes to the wedding to kill Marissa, right?
Yeah.
To throw her off the cliff.
Or
hold on.
But like, why?
But yeah, I don't get like
it. I got very it got very convoluted. I was like, wait, why are Aiden and Nikki taking revenge? Because like,
so why is
Aiden
Nikki?
was
She's just
with Nikki.
So Nikki's just trying to like be along for the ride.
Just with Aiden, and she stayed with Robbie as part of some like greater plan.
She was just screwing around with him.
Because then it's been years at this point.
I know.
Years have gone by.
I know.
And she's stayed with Robbie even while she's actually with Aiden.
Maybe she's like eyes on the inside.
I guess, but like inside what?
I know.
he would have known she was getting married. He could have killed her anywhere.
He literally could have killed her anywhere.
Anywhere.
But he wants to kill her by throwing her off of a cliff. Which I guess he did, right? In this reality, he did. He was successful. He threw her and...
Yes. Oh, yeah, because she's dead. Oh, yeah, Marissa died.
Yeah, Marissa died.
And then she doesn't.
Yeah. So Marissa's thrown off.
So, okay. So it's right at the end of the book. Rebecca and Ruth Ann their spirits have been trapped at this like fucking house, this fucking resort since 1923.
Yeah.
Marissa gets thrown off a cliff and is then trapped with them.
Yeah.
And told Harmony, don't come looking for me.
Yeah.
But Harmony did and found her with the dead sisters. So she tells Harmony that Aiden killed her. And
the whole
she
reason
says, Aiden and Nikki have been together ever since that night I brought Aiden home to our house. Remember, Nikki jumped into Aiden's lap just to be funny? Something happened between them, I guess. Like lust at first sight. Ha. She shook her head. Of course, I didn't know it till now, till Aiden just explained it to me. But what about Robbie? Marissa made a disgusted face. Nikki said she was never into Robbie. It was mean, but she was just having fun, playing with him, making a fool of him. He never knew what was going on. None of us did. And then Marissa shifted again on the bed. Of course, Aiden loved stealing Robbie's girlfriend because Aiden hates us. And it was because of the drill. But, and it's like, oh, he's so happy to have stolen Robbie's girlfriend because we ruined his life. But it had been going on the second she brought Aiden home.
Yeah. So for years.
And so for years, Nikki was just like toying with Robbie.
Yeah.
But to what end?
Just like she's like a sociopath.
And she's like in on the plot, but it's like a non-plot.
His plot is just to throw people off a cliff.
And
that's what he did, and he was successful.
Why?
But like,
he's not even like torturing them throughout. He's not playing with them. He just showed up in order to throw Marissa off a cliff. Business is done. Fare thee well.
Well, and it wasn't like it was because of the curse. Because the whole reason that like Marissa doesn't move on and Ruth Ann and Rebecca don't move on is because a good and a fear married and kissed.
And it sucked them into a time warp. And it also sucked a couple of the hotel employees.
Which was weird because then later, remember, like, she was like, oh, that's not involved in our thing. Like,
so they didn't get trapped.
But it was
like Taylor. Taylor didn't get trapped.
Right.
Or something.
Yeah, the friend that also got thrown off.
Yeah.
Marissa's friend. But then I was like, but then what about the fucking bellhop from the 20s?
And the
valet.
So a valet and a bellhop from 1923 got sucked into like a fucking time stream.
And so did
And also
Aiden.
Are just like working.
Yeah, they're just working.
So while Rebecca and Ruth Ann are just like walking around all the time, I guess, the bellhop and the valet, or the concierge and the valet are like, well, we're stuck here. I guess just sometimes we'll do our jobs again.
Yeah.
Because Harmony runs into them.
Yeah.
And it does this very like overlook hotel thing where it's like then she sees their photos or she sees them in a photo from 1923, blah, blah, blah. But it makes no sense that this should be a book about sisters who hate each other. And it should have been that Ruth Ann tried to kill Rebecca.
Yeah. And
then Marissa goes back in time to save Rebecca.
Yeah.
And it's like, I broke the sister curse.
But that's not what happened.
But that's not what happens.
Also, like...
But she does go back in time.
Yeah.
She stopped. And like...
And then there's also
how
another...
does she go back in time?
She does a spell she remembers, which is to put
right.
a photograph. She like touches it to her forehead or something. Which...
It's stupid.
Her, like... The types of magic she can sometimes do...
It makes no sense.
Is like very powerful. And then she's like, I know you're probably wondering why I didn't do my magic in this situation. It's because my magic is not very strong. And I'm like, but you
went back in
fucking time and changed history. Also, why does Aiden get sucked into the time warp? Because he's like, oh yeah, I got stuck in the 20s for a second.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's very confusing and stupid.
Yeah, because so the whole thing is like Harmony's like, oh, the thing I have to do is prevent them from ever kissing.
That is Peter and Rebecca from
the
kissing.
Original Goodman and Rebecca.
Why?
But
they don't say if Peter did it on purpose. They don't say what suddenly took over his body. Everybody just blames Peter like it's his fucking fault that this curse exists.
But he seemed like he
not his
wasn't
fault.
even in his
He
body.
didn't want to do it. It seemed like he didn't want to do it. He
I think he
loved
just loved
Rebecca.
her. But it
also,
was
what is up with Rebecca being a bitch?
yeah,
Capsy cunt.
yeah, she's really mean.
And then she's like, Ruth Ann, please forgive me. I have to have you at my wedding. And Ruth Ann is like, okay, I truly forgive you.
Yeah.
And she just forgives her instantly.
That was
and I
weird.
know it's so that R.L. Stine is trying to fake us out because then we think that she will kill Rebecca at the wedding.
Yeah.
But then she doesn't. So she truly did forgive her. But it's like, why? She did yell out, you will never marry.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty... When that dinner scene was pretty funny. So, like, they're all sitting down for dinner and she's like, I haven't heard from that guy I'm kind of seeing in a while. And then, and it's right after she like sees them at the club together. So she's like, fuck. She's like, I'm not going to say anything to them yet. I'm going to hold it inside of my gut and let it fester.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, dinner with mom and dad. Let me just remind you that we don't like surprises.
Yeah.
And then in through the door walk fucking Peter Goodman and her sister. And he's like, we're getting married. And she's like, no.
She starts flipping out immediately.
Like, freaky. Like, she's like, yeah, well, never marry.
Yeah, she's throwing a tantrum.
She's like throwing shit. She's going fucking crazy. She's trying to like scratch her sister's eyes out. And her mom is like, please, not at the table.
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
I can't deal with the surprise of your tantrum. Just be happy for your sister.
Which, like, and also, like, the parents never even really liked Peter to begin with. So they're like,
I mean, like, whatever, just be happy for your sister.
And then they're like, him?
And then, like, the dad does talk to Ruth Ann like they have a connection.
Yeah.
And yet it keeps getting said that, like, they don't really care about Ruth Ann. This book is all over the place.
Yeah. Well, and then also, like, so, okay. So the way that present day Harmony is like, I'm going to go back in time. I'm going to prevent them from kissing. She goes back in time. And she's the day of the wedding. She's like, I got to go to this wedding and stop it. And then she sits down and for no reason, a child demands that she get it ice cream. Do you remember this part?
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be like, oh, is she going to be
it's just like her cousin.
Yeah. And like, it's like, it's just like her cousin. And is she going to be able to actually stop them from kissing if this child is asking her for ice cream? I was just like, this kid has got to fucking go.
This is a non-steak.
This is like, yeah, I don't care. This is just annoying.
Is the opposite of a steak.
Because then it literally...
Here's what you do. No.
Yeah. Well, that's what she does.
I'm not getting you ice cream.
Because I thought she was going to get sidetracked and it wasn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, and then I did the spell. And I was like, so
okay.
Literally nothing happened.
And yeah, the spell is just like her doing something with the photo. Is it just her holding it up to her stupid little forehead?
No, that's after that spell. So the spell she's trying to do is to like physically make Peter Goodman not kiss. So he picks her up and just puts her down.
Oh, and then he jumps off the cliff. And I was like, fuck you, Harmony.
Yeah, that I forgot about that. He jumps off. And everyone's like, ah!
It's bananas. It makes no sense.
I forgot about that. Everyone's
Why would you do that? It's so mean. So
I forgot about that. So then are we
a
supposed
little boy in a black tux near the front kept repeating loudly, I want ice cream. His dad grabbed his arm and shook him a little, trying to quiet him. A burst of wind sent Rebecca's veil flying like a flag behind her head. Her hair was up like a golden crown. I waited. And then I knew the words were coming, and I knew I had to act before I heard the words, you may now kiss the bride. Before the kiss could take place, before the fatal kiss, I began to whisper the words of the spell I'd so recently practiced. I whispered the words rapidly, so eager now to end the curse, to prevent the murders. I had nearly completed it. I knew I could do it. I knew I could send Peter Good cartwheeling over the cliff edge. Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes. Goodbye, Peter Good. I was on the final words when someone grabbed my arm and started to pull me off my chair. Let go, I gasped. I stared at the little boy in his shiny tuxedo. He tugged my arm again. Ice cream, he said. Can you get me some ice cream?
Who the fuck is this kid? Why would you go up to a
Some
stranger?
random fucking kid. I turned, and what's up with their stupid little cousin being like, I saw Marissa, and he walks him down to the fucking lobby and points at a photo of Marissa.
How do they not
It's
punish him for that behavior?
You know that we meant a human.
Like,
and then they still give him ice cream.
And they give him ice cream.
Fucking
They rewarded his
fucking
behavior.
kid.
Here's the thing. They needed to punish him for that. He needed to like think about his behavior.
Yes. You don't get ice cream for being a little liar.
Also, the stakes. Does he not understand the stakes? The sister is missing.
Yeah, he's stupid. I turned to the altar and saw Peter Good lift Rebecca off her feet. Guests oohed and awed, touched by his romantic gesture. But I knew the truth. I knew he had murder on his mind, but he didn't.
No.
He was cursed. If he kissed her, all was lost. Later, I told the kid. Later, okay? I jerked free from his grasp. I jumped to my feet and shouted the last words of my spell. A hush fell over the mesa as Peter set Rebecca back down on the ground. Without a kiss. No kiss. Peter turned to the cliff and raised his hands high above his head and performed a perfect cartwheel into the air and off the cliff. A perfect cartwheel to his death. And now the silence was broken by cries of horror and moans of disbelief. People fainted and grabbed their chests and turned away, too late. Too late because the horrifying scene was already imprinted in their minds and eyes. And then like Rebecca falls and she's sad and shocked, but she's alive, and Ruth Ann would continue to live. And her sister would live too and not be caught in the Fear family curse. She had broken the curse. How had she broken the curse? How was this going to prevent her from going through Aiden's hand with a drill? That's where this originated. That's why Marissa was killed.
Curse. No, that wasn't the curse.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah. But no, it doesn't affect the Aiden thing at all.
It has nothing to do with the curse. Her shoving a drill through Aiden's hand is in no way connected
because the goods were not involved.
The goods weren't involved. The Fears don't just like live under a wedding curse.
Mm-hmm. Also,
it had nothing to do with it.
Am I misremembering? Or did she make Aiden cartwheel off a cliff? She did, right?
Oh, maybe?
When they had like a showdown with him.
Oh.
When he was like, this is where... Oh, yeah. Remember? He was like...
I know.
Yeah. He was going to kill her. This was before she went back in time.
I guess. Okay. But that... No.
But... Yeah, it was before. It was before she went back in time. It was when Aiden...
How does
Aiden is not involved with the good and fear
That's
curse.
what I mean.
Yeah. So that like all of that
her driving a drill was that she slipped. She just slipped.
Yeah. Well,
what?
Shit. Okay, maybe no.
So yeah, she makes him go off the cliff. Great, fine. Or wait. Yeah, what about breaking the curse? And also, she didn't break the fucking curse. She just prevented something from happening that one time.
Yeah, she didn't break the curse. She just prevented like the perpetuation of the curse.
It is not connected. It's just
it's
straight up not connected.
No, Aiden's not at all connected.
The curse has nothing to do with Marissa and Harmony's relationship in the slightest.
No, it's just the two 1926 sisters.
23, but yes.
Yeah, those girls.
If it was a story about how Ruth Ann killed Rebecca because she was getting together with Peter, and it's like, oh, well, they were cursed to begin with because Peter was good, when Ruth Ann did magic that like set the curse into motion or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So now they're trapped at this hotel. And now Marissa and Harmony, super close sisters who really, really love one another, go to the hotel. But suddenly they're acting different. They're acting more like Ruth Ann and Rebecca.
Yeah.
Oh no. Whatever, like Ruth Ann takes over Harmony's body and like causes her sister's death. Wait. And then Ruth Ann figures it out. So she goes back in time and like prevents the curse from happening, and that means that they didn't die, and so she never got possessed, and so she never killed her sister. That's how it should have gone.
Yeah.
That's a book.
Yeah.
That's a book that makes sense and has a plot.
Well, because the things are
and
related.
has something to... Exactly.
This was like two separate
It's
things that they
supposed to
kept trying to
be-
pass off as one thing.
Yeah, it
Like,
says...
oh, the curse, Aiden.
Two sisters divided by time, each with a terrible resentment she can barely contain. Each bride will find that the ancient curse that haunts the fears lives on. It feeds off the evil that courses through their blood. It takes a toll in unexpected ways and allows dark history to repeat itself. But that's not what's going on.
No, because the history is not really repeating
At
itself.
all.
Because Aiden's not involved in the
Because
curse.
Aiden has nothing to do with fucking anything.
Wait, is Aiden a good?
It's never said no, because they check into everything.
No, not with Aiden, with Doug.
But wouldn't they have?
I don't know.
Wouldn't they just like every time?
Anytime any guy comes around, they need to check.
Yeah.
Because, okay, that would make sense then. If Aiden were a good...
Mm-hmm.
Because what's Aiden's last name? We don't know.
I don't know. But it still wouldn't really matter. I guess it would matter.
Because remember how it's always like, oh, the goods come around to like fuck you
Yeah.
up. But I don't think he's a
But
good.
he isn't. It never
He's
says
just a
that.
guy.
So there's no reason to fucking think that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason.
It should have said then. And then it would make sense.
Yeah.
But it's not the curse that's making them act any way at all.
No, they're just
The
acting
curse
because
is
they're-
not affecting their behavior in the slightest.
Yeah.
They just suck.
Yeah.
Marissa's just boring and Harmony is just a...
So, okay,
Bitch.
after the curse is, quote, lifted.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, Harmony's also a witch
Yeah.
and is doing spells at Marissa's rehearsal.
Oh my God. She like makes squirrels
She makes
come
squirrels attack.
to the, rehearsal.
And then it's like the same as in my best friend's exorcism when she's throwing up all the bird feathers.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Kenny throws up all those bird feathers. And it turns out Harmony was doing it to amuse herself.
But that's
Grandpa
like really
Bud
mean.
figures it out and is like, stop it. You've unleashed forces. But she didn't unleash shit. She was just playing some very mean practical jokes using witchcraft. And then Grandpa Bud is like, oh, I know, I do it too.
And also he was like,
And then the grandpa like disappears. Not actually disappears. He's just like not in the
he's
story
not in there.
anymore.
But also when he's like, you're going to unleash these forces.
But
No,
that's
she's
not.
not. The drama that happens is because Aiden's there.
Yeah. Again, it all goes back to something that has nothing to do with the fear and good curse.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. Wait, so after she lifts the curse,
Mm-hmm.
does she returns back to present times, right?
Yeah.
And it's still Doug and Marissa's wedding?
Yeah.
But like Doug and Marissa like didn't want to get married too. Do you remember that? Like they were
Marissa
like
doesn't-
fighting.
Yeah. He's like kind of shitty.
Yeah, and they don't like each other.
Yeah.
And she like is mean to him and he's mean to her.
Yeah. Still getting married.
Cool.
Yeah. Nothing matters.
Would you say
Nothing
something
that took place
okay,
matters.
if
The
you-
only interesting story was Rebecca and Ruth Ann. We're done with it in like 3 chapters.
Okay, if you had if let's say you're maid of honor at someone's wedding
Yes.
and you know that they are not right for each other, do you say anything? And if so, at what point?
I probably would have said something around the engagement.
Mm-hmm. And would you say something or would you ask a lot of questions?
I'd do like a big old circular dance around and I'd really try to make it known like, hey, are you actually right for each other?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe not?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
Shit, I don't know. I think I would ask a lot of questions that would be very like
Leading.
yeah, very leading, like would be struck down in a court of law. And then after that point, I guess you can't really do anything and like you just have to.
Yeah, if I had done my best.
And this is barring an abusive thing.
Oh, yeah.
If it's abusive, I'd be like, girl, I'm
If it's
taking
just
you
like
away.
kind of a shitty guy and I don't think that they're going to be happy together, you can't do a whole lot without also alienating your friend
Yeah.
or relative.
And and on top of that too, like they're probably not gonna listen to you.
Yeah,
so it's
absolutely
like not worth it.
You'll just
to-
become the bad guy.
Yeah, you become like this evil, and then they'll want them more too. They'll be like, "Oh, our love is forbidden. It's forbidden.
Oh, we're star-crossed. Yeah, so you just sort of have to ask leading questions or like make leading observations.
Mhm.
Like, oh, that's weird. I feel like he does that a lot.
Yeah,
Does he do that a lot?
like how many times? Like, why don't you say
Yeah.
how many times, like a number?
Oh, that's funny. That's weird that he like doesn't want you to leave the house that much.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's really
Is that-
weird.
Is that something he says? Does he say things like that to you a lot?
Oh,
Oh,
8 times. Wow, that's a lot. Ooh, in
Huh.
this week.
okay.
Ooh.
And you just sort of leave it. Okay.
Well, girl, I'm here for you. No matter
Yeah,
what you
whenever-
choose,
As soon as you want to go out, let's hang.
I
Love you so much. I'll see you in 3 weeks. Huh. So he did this other shitty thing? Hey, what's up with you,
Oh.
girl? What's up with you?
What's up with you? Like, is there anything fun going on in your life that like he has been a part of?
Yeah.
Aw,
Oh. No?
wow.
Hey, what's making you happy right now?
like? Does it involve him?
Getting
at all?
away from him?
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Oh. Well, maybe you just need to make more time for you.
I mean, that's like I don't know. Just
don't
like why
know.
don't we just do like a girls
Like-
trip where you run away from your boyfriend?
Let's just get you away from him for a few days straight.
Just so you can, like just get your head on straight.
Know what it is to be without him.
Like maybe it's better. I don't know.
And then if that doesn't work, you're like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah. Oh my
I
god.
can't wait. Oh my God, you look so pretty in your dress.
Oh.
I can't wait until you do come to this realization yourself.
But for now,
After
you look
the marriage.
so pretty.
But for now, at least we're talking.
And I am here for you when
I'm
it
here
does
for
crumble.
you. I'm here for you when he keeps doing the same shitty things that make you unhappy.
The voice that we're doing right now. Have you seen that video? That's a supercut of one of the Bachelorette or one of the Bachelor contestants
No.
who talks like this. She goes, "Hi, can I steal him? Hi."
Like every season
It's
of The Bachelor.
Very like her voice is so weird. Or like people are like they'll say her name and she's like,
Oh
like,
my
it's
God.
very weird.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, you definitely should. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, you have to be careful, otherwise you lose that friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's tough
Again,
too.
barring abusive
yeah.
behavior.
If it's just like a dud,
Yeah. Yeah, if it's a dud, you gotta dance around it. It gets kind of murky though if it's like emotional manipulation.
right. If they're
Or
just like
super controlling.
yes, super controlling's not good, and I think it's a
Yeah.
harbinger of bad things.
Yeah. Because that's also harmful.
Yeah, totally.
But it's really hard to make someone see that. Because that's the thing about manipulation and control is it's so insidious.
I mean, yeah. So this is basically just like I don't know if they're just like just a drip.
Well, you would have to start you have to start in these like circular little dancey things
Mhm.
regardless.
Always to suss it out.
And then if they're just a drip, you just sort of like keep it a large circle.
Because you
And
never know
then
what you might find.
You never know what you might find.
It might be crazy.
And then if you're getting little like hints that it's worse, then you tighten your circle.
Yeah.
And you dance around it a little more
Yeah.
frequently.
Yeah.
Until you can eventually get to the abusive candy center.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is also tricky too if like let's say you were just rooting for a breakup.
Yeah.
And then they do break up. You can't be like
Oh, you have to be so
yeah,
careful.
You have to be so careful.
Have to be so
you
careful.
cannot be like he sucks. Yay.
Burn,
because
burn,
they might
burn.
get back together.
Yeah.
And
So you
then
have to
you're
be
the
like,
enemy.
"Oh, well, I think it's for the best if you were unhappy.
Mhm.
It has to be like that.
And you
Or
can't
like,
ever bring it
let's
up.
go out. Let's
Yeah.
take your mind off
Yeah.
of it. It can't be like, I never fucking liked him.
Yeah.
I did that once. We've not been the same since.
Yeah. Also, if like let's say they want to like vent about him, right?
Yeah.
you cannot start the venting.
No.
You cannot. And you can't really build on too much either. You can just be like,
No.
yeah, that sounds hard.
Again, like you just keep asking questions
Yeah.
about it and hope that they hear their answers.
Yes. And it cements it.
Yeah.
Because you can't be like, that guy sucked. And because
then you have to be like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, great.
You guys write together?
Oh, yeah, he can come to my party. He can come to my birthday.
Oh, we're so excited.
Yay.
Okay. What level? I'm trying to figure out like what level of drip is going to push you. So, okay, let's pretend I just started dating a guy.
Drip, though, is almost impossible to actually intervene.
Okay. What if he's okay.
Because you can't, they're never going to say anything about him that you're going to be able to like let sink in for them. It's just all going to be way too benign.
Okay, if I'm like, I just started dating this guy, Lindsay. He doesn't like comedy. He just like thinks like he doesn't really like enjoy any kind of like comedy stuff. So like we don't really have that in common. He doesn't like watching it or and he doesn't like watch any of the things that I do or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's what's hard about that. That describes Mike.
He doesn't like any kind of comedy?
Because, I mean, he does. That's the thing is, like,
he likes comedy.
Everything now kind of sucks.
Yeah, I don't think I watch any comedy.
It kind of sucks.
You can talk about it.
That's why I'm like, this is hard.
He has stuff that he likes.
He has stuff that he likes, but it's
and he says things that are funny. That's the thing.
He is funny himself.
Yeah. I'm talking about a person that doesn't have
any sense of humor.
Exactly.
Okay. So that's why I was like, well, if you say those words to me,
I don't know how to like phrase it then. He doesn't enjoy any kind of okay. He only likes his like biggest hobby is like just like learning about bureaucratic structures. And like, if you get him started on that, he can go on forever.
See, now this sounds like Mike talking about theme parks.
It's different. A theme park is a place of joy.
True.
A bureaucratic structure is a place that people hate being in.
I wouldn't...
Like, he loves the DMV.
Okay. Here we go. All right, say it again.
I just started dating this guy. He, like, loves, like, just, like, bureaucracies and, like, just, like, how they work and, like, specifically, like, the DMV. He loves that.
What does he love about it?
He like loves that like what he loves is like how few steps they can take to make something inefficient. He just thinks that's like a really interesting challenge.
Oh, so is he like an efficiency expert?
No, he's not really an expert in anything. He just like he just like likes it. He could talk about it for a long time, but he's not really that knowledgeable. So he's interested in it, but he's like, so he just keeps repeating, "Oh, I really like it." Yeah, like he'll tell me the things that he likes about the DMV, and then like things he doesn't like.
Oh,
and he'll just
think about this. I don't even know what look to put on my face.
It's just like, oh. Okay. You literally just have to like smile and be like, wow.
What does he do for a living?
He like writes articles about Bitcoin. And
Mike loves Bitcoin. Mike will talk about Bitcoin or the Chase rewards trifecta.
Cryptocurrency.
Yes,
Mike is very into cryptocurrency. But he just like writes articles about it, and then
by the end of this podcast, it's just gonna be like, yeah, this is all Mike.
But he like doesn't really know a lot about it. He just like writes like what he likes and doesn't like about Bitcoin.
This is just a man who's like, I like this. I don't like this.
Yeah. So he write like that and like like plastics. He likes some of them.
He likes
So
he likes certain select plastics.
certain plastics, yeah.
Okay, what do you mean by plastics?
Just like any kind of plastic. Like if you like just oh, it's so cute. Like we'll be walking
Okay.
and he'll see like an empty water bottle that's like on the ground. He won't pick it up to clean it, but he'll be like, "Oh, that plastic is from a part of the like it's from like a certain part of the country. Like it's sourced like from the East Coast, and I like that." And then I'm like, "Oh my god,
I just appreciate.
wow."
Okay.
But he doesn't know exactly what part of the country it's from.
Oh,
It's just like from the eastern part.
He just knows.
Yeah.
So is that like his? Okay, so he's got 2 hobbies.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even really like them that much or know very much about them. He just like he's interested.
He's just interested
in them, kind of. Yeah.
In them, kind of.
Yeah.
What do you guys talk about?
Well, like I said, plastic.
Okay. What? So like when you talk about stuff that you like,
yeah.
What is he?
He'll either say I like that or I don't like that, and that's it.
What's this guy's name?
Champ.
Cool. I can't wait to meet him.
Oh, he yeah. I mean, once he meets you, he'll tell you if he likes you or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah.
I promise to respond in kind.
Oh, I actually don't know if he'll like that. We'll know though. We'll know as soon as you say he'll say.
He'll say.
Oh.
So if he says he doesn't like me,
yeah,
and I say that's cool, I don't like you either,
and then he'll say I like that. Yeah.
Okay. Champ sounds interesting.
Yeah.
In the boringest
Yeah.
way. I definitely want to meet him, and I can't wait to see what the fuck any of this means.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand. I can't wrap my brain around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
Okay.
what
do you guys do when you go out?
We just like walk around. We just
look for plastics.
Yeah, we walk around. He'll like comment on various plastics.
Okay.
And then he doesn't really like going to movies or like reading or watching anything really. He doesn't like to play video games or anything. He just likes to comment. He's like a commenting kind of guy.
Does he have a YouTube channel?
Oh, yes, he does. And it's like really populated. It's like each of his videos is 3 hours long. And they're all one shot. And it's just him like talking about, things and if he likes them or doesn't.
So
like
he
them.
just likes reviewing objects and concepts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he like tries to sell like ad space on those YouTube videos. And, like, that's kind of
how's that going?
He said he doesn't like it, so I think it's not going well.
Okay.
So would you say anything? Or
I couldn't help but say things.
Yeah,
it would all be what I did. I'd be like, I don't understand what you're saying. Even I don't know what you're saying,
and how this. Could
and
be a
I
person.
need to meet this person,
Champ.
I gotta meet Champ. I'm fascinated by Champ. I want you to marry Champ and stay with him forever.
Yeah.
Because I want to watch him interact with you and with me and people.
Yeah.
All the time. Every day, all day.
Because he doesn't know anything about anything.
And I never know what to expect he'll say.
Because it's one of two things, and 50% of the time you're wrong.
And then he only like sort of knows about the things that he does like.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's no expert in anything.
Okay.
Like, if you ask him more than 3 questions, he's going to change the subject.
Okay. How's the sex?
He likes it.
He's given. Oh, that's good.
He's like after every time. Oh, it's so amazing. Like right after we're all done, he'll either say I liked that or I didn't like that.
Okay.
And then he'll immediately jump onto his YouTube channel
Okay, and talk and review it there
Review it there.
for 3 hours.
Yeah. So then I usually just like make myself busy. That's when I watch stuff during that time because he doesn't like to watch anything or play anything or do anything. So
Right.
because he's about creating. He's about creating
Okay.
and not taking in.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
Is he nice? Okay. Well, that is the thing I will circle around.
yeah. Him being
As much
nice.
as I can. Yes.
Yeah.
All the other stuff, I'm like, none of it is exactly a deal breaker yet.
Like he's never
you seem
said
super
anything.
excited about
He's
him.
never like complimented me.
Okay. And you feel like you would like him to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You feel
like
like you're
sometimes-
lacking in. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll like put on a new outfit and like kind
Uh-huh.
of like really try to like walk around and like kind of like be like, oh, what do you think of this?
Uh-huh. And
Would you
Champ.
think you'd think he'd jump on that, right? Like
yeah,
that he'd
because
be
he
like,
loves
oh,
saying whether
I love
he likes
saying if I
things
like or if I
not.
don't like. But then
Yeah.
he always like will get distracted.
Whenever
by-
it has to do with you.
Yeah, by like sometimes there's like a tag on it,
Mm-hmm.
or like if I am wearing something and they forgot to take off the plastic
right.
thing on it,
Yeah.
he has to talk about that. He doesn't even answer me. He'll just say, "Oh, that plastic is from."
Does he know where the plastic is from?
He's like from the southern
on the
area.
tag. Southern area. What does he define as the southern area?
I don't know. I never follow up with him.
No, okay. Yeah, I don't know about Champ for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, other fish
Yeah.
in the sea.
Yeah.
He has a brother named Chomp.
Oh, what's he like?
He's into everything.
And he's super nice.
He's so nice. You know, like he has like a variety of feelings. Like he doesn't just like or not like. Like he
Uh-huh.
like has like complex feelings and can explain why he feels that way.
Oh.
And he like, yeah, he like is interested in like the world around him and not just like an object,
Uh-huh.
which is
Do you see him much?
yeah, I see him like every day.
Oh, like every
more
day?
than I see Champ.
What? Kelly.
Am I dating Chomp?
I think you're actually dating Chomp. And I think Champ is the brother of the guy you're actually dating.
That would explain why we don't really.
And that's why you don't really have an opinion about him.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Now that I think about that. Because I
Yeah.
only see
So I
Champ
think it's
once
just that
every
you
3
don't
months.
talk to Champ much.
Sure.
And so when you do, it's awkward small talk.
Right. We have nothing in common.
Yeah.
Because he's very into plastic.
Yeah.
I'm not very into plastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Lindsay. You know what? I'm glad.
So I'm
we had
really
this talk.
excited to meet Chomp.
Chomp. He's
Yeah.
great. You'll love him.
Oh, cool.
He's very charismatic. Very.
Oh, cool.
He's like star of the room anytime he goes
Aw.
anywhere. It's very, very exciting.
Cool. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys have learned how to from this might be our longest bit.
I don't think that was in any way informative or helpful. I think that whole bit
Yeah.
was a real champ of a bit.
Yeah, it was. Because here's the thing. You're never gonna meet
anyone like that.
like
Anyone
Champ.
remotely like that. I love Trump though.
Chomp's great. He's
But
great.
I
He's a little much to be
definitely-
around for a while though.
Oh.
Because he has to be a star.
Okay, I'm definitely going to circle with questions around that one.
Yeah, of him always having to be the star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there's my nugget for Chomp.
Yeah.
With Champ I had nothing.
Well, because he's
Champ was a non-entity.
yeah, no, he's crazy.
You couldn't even go, but he's really nice.
He's not. He's not that nice.
So that is a really good indication of what we thought of the book.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Champ
Uh-huh.
would have liked that book.
You think?
But he wouldn't be able to tell you why.
Oh.
He'd just be like, I like that.
Oh, okay.
And then instantly been distracted by this Apple TV remote. This is from the Western area.
I gotta meet Champ though.
Mhm.
I'm fascinated.
Mm-hmm. Champ and Chomp.
Champ and Chomp.
So, okay, overall, did you like this book?
No.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I There were too many loose ends that didn't seem to.
It didn't hang together at all.
It was not wrapped up in the end because then there were a million questions.
Yeah. And things weren't connected to the curse.
Not at all.
We never got, like, was Peter actually planning to kill Rebecca? Then wasn't he fine with just killing Ruth Ann?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he love her? Didn't he love her?
Was he cursed or was he evil?
Yeah.
If he was cursed,
very
then
clear
why kill
to
him?
me that he was cursed.
I thought he was
And she
cursed.
still fucking killed him like
I
he was
know.
the bad guy.
I know.
It's not his fault. He got sleepered.
Yeah, he was sleepered. Yeah. I mean, I'd say
Somehow I am excited that these books are coming out again, and also like, ugh,
yeah.
this book.
I loved that it did feel exactly like a Fear Street book,
It
though.
felt exactly. How is that possible?
And I will say too, his like modern day stuff that he put into it,
Not bad.
not bad, and it felt fine.
There
It wasn't
was
weird.
one section where I was like, and it's when she's on the plane. And so Marissa's missing at this point. They can't find Marissa. They don't know she's dead. All they know is that, or all they think they know is that Marissa dug up at the altar.
Right.
I had a short text conversation right there. Text
Conversation. There we go.
It would be, I texted with my friend
Yeah.
Sophie. With my friend Sophie back in Shadyside. She was excited about some new shoe store at the mall. Who was like, oh good, a new shoe store at the mall. You'd be like maybe excited about a new pair of shoes you bought online.
Yeah. Or like
Sophie
some
is a
new shoe store,
shoes
too.
freak.
name
Although
the
she
shoe
can't
place.
afford any of the shoes she likes. R.L. Stine's idea
Yeah.
of a girl, of a
Shoes freak.
teenage girl, has been this way since the 80s. It clearly will never change.
Mhm.
Teenage girls are boy crazy.
Mhm.
They're pretty.
Yes.
They love stealing other friends' and sisters' boyfriends.
Yeah.
They love talking about new stores at the
Yeah.
mall.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. What's
I
this
don't
mall
think-
thing? Nobody cares about malls.
Or
I like to go to the mall. I very much like to go to the mall.
I love going to the
still.
mall, and I liked going to the mall as a teenager. But I remember, like,
Be excited if an H&M. I'm excited there's an H&M coming to the Burbank Mall.
yeah. But also, like, that's the thing. You said the name. You weren't like some new clothing store. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So, like, that sounds very like non-committal and like afraid that you're gonna lose part of your audience by naming too specific of a brand.
Yeah.
But like, because I could picture a kid being like, oh, like, or a teenager being like, oh, I'm excited about blank store, but not
Yeah.
some new shoe store at the mall.
Also, I think that this is a real failing of his first person, because if this was a better first person, the paragraph would have been like, I was texting with Sophie. I was desperate to tell her about what had happened at the wedding and how Marissa had disappeared. But it just didn't seem like the kind of thing to spring on someone in a text message. Why is Sophie so excited about this new shoe store? Or like, I couldn't, like,
She was excited about these shoes she found for prom. You just
why
say
are
something like
you,
that.
it's the thing where it's like, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
like, or here's some stuff you should know about my little brother. It's she is telling us, an unnamed person,
Mhm.
that Sophie loves shoes and she's excited about some new shoe store.
Also, like,
It is not a normal first person narrative.
also, if you gave us a
Makes
reason
no
why
sense.
it's important that she cared, like, so it could be like, I just felt like I was in such a different place than her because she was talking about
Yeah.
these shoes and like, which is such a mundane
That's-
thing.
Yeah, there's no sense of tone.
Yeah.
There's
It's just
no
like
sense
this
of
and then
character.
this.
There's no sense of relationship.
Yeah.
It's like we read so many of these books that I actually forget what a good first person narration sounds like.
Yeah.
I guess the last one we read was Sharp Objects for our outside genre episode for Patreon. That was a first person,
Yeah, and that was good.
but now I can't remember how it goes.
Me neither.
But this is so telly. It's like, I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this.
It puts space.
This is
between-
information you should know.
Yeah.
Instead of just like information coming across.
It sounds kind of like some of those, the beginning of those public domain stories that are like, now you wouldn't
Yes.
believe me if I told you. And it
Yeah.
just sounds very like amateurish.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
I'd say get the book for the cover because it is a really cool
It's
cover.
gorgeous.
But you maybe don't have to read it. You can just put it on your shelf, have it look pretty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've said everything I have to say about this book.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you so much to our Patreon subscribers. Without you, we could not make our show possible. You let us do the things we want to do with this show, and you're basically a producer of this show, so we appreciate that.
Yes, you are.
If you want to get on board with that, patreon.com/teencreeps.
If you want to follow us on social, we are at Teen Creeps Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That's the word I was looking for. If you are reading along with the podcast, and I gotta say,
yeah,
I seem to be hearing from more and more people,
yes,
that they're like behind on episodes because they haven't caught up reading. I would just like to say, if you do want to do the reading, that is great.
Yeah.
I think we have proven time and again that we would not wish that on another human being.
yeah.
So
Some of these books you
please
do
don't
not
feel
have
you
to read
have
it.
to. Please don't feel that you
Yeah.
have to read along
Yeah.
with the podcast. But if you do, you can go to teencreepspod.com. What other business do we typically do? Oh, next week we are reading the sequel to My Sweet Audrina. We are reading White Fern by V.C. Andrews, J.K. by Andrew Niedermeyer, or whatever his name is.
The Ghostwriter.
The Ghostwriter. You can get a sense for how I feel about the book from my tone right now. I'm going to
It's
say,
very bad.
do not read this.
Do not read it. Do
for your
not
own.
read it.
Please, for the love of God, don't do this to yourself.
Just read like a Wikipedia
Don't
summary.
read it. Don't read it.
Don't read it. It's
We'll
so
tell you
fucking
everything you need to know
terrible.
about it.
We'll tell you.
Let us fall on that grenade.
Yeah,
for
we're
you.
protecting you right now.
Yeah. But fun thing, it will be our 100th episode.
Woohoo! 100 episodes.
So that's fun. So thank you so much for listening as always. Keep it creepy.
Forever Dog.
This has been a Forever Dog production. Executive produced by Kelly Nugent, Lindsay Katai, Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey. For more original podcasts, please visit foreverdogpodcasts.com and subscribe to our shows on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Keep up with the latest Forever Dog news by following us on Twitter and Instagram @ForeverDogTeam and liking our page on Facebook.